Fellow Biafrans, our adage says, n'ihe agba n'aka, ejiri ugogbe enene ya. ORB International News says, keep an eye on Biafra. Keep an eye on Biafra. And many people may not really understand what it means. And here we have come to make sure that every other person.
Referendum by Bridget Debuse, senior research analyst, while attending a screening of the documentary In the Shadow of Biafra at King's College London. A debate occurred about the impact of the Nigerian Biafra War on current events in Nigeria. The documentary portrays the Nigerian Biafra War in the late 1960s through the lens of Nigerian writers, showcasing how perceptions of the war vary depending on generation. However, some audience members were concerned that the documentary only looked at Biafrans' struggle for independence through a historical lens, and thus, firmly confining it to the past instead of highlighting the continued fight of many Biafrans for an independent state. Currently, the Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, is holding a self-referendum to actualize the Biafra Republic peacefully. The first round of voting started in February 2024 and was completed on May 30, 2024. This will be followed by 2 consecutive rounds of voting commencing later this month and lasting until November 2024. After the commencement of the first round of voting, the Prime Minister of BRGIE, Simon Ekpa, said that over 30 million Biafrans voted in the self-referendums, which surpasses the number of voters in the 2023 Nigerian presidential election. Ekpa also announced that the restoration of the independent state of Biafra would take place following the completion of the third round of voting in the autumn. Biafrans' recent attempts to establish their own independent nation could be written off by some as futile, since attempts to establish their own independent nation could be written off by some as futile since Biafra was reabsorbed into Nigeria over 50 years ago. But Terry desperation to secede from Nigeria is only increasing. Why do Biafrans want independent? According to Ekpa, the Biafran self-referendum is justified given the marginalization faced by many Biafrans living in the southeastern region of Nigeria and the ineffectiveness of the national polling in Nigeria. Nigerians in the southeast and south-south region are most likely to perceive the national government as ineffective compared to other regions. The southeast and south-south regions were the location of the historic homeland of the people who formed the core of the secessionist Republic of Biafra. And a high concentration of Biafrans continue to live in these regions. Despite Igbo being the third largest ethnic group in Nigeria, there has yet to be an Igbo president since the end of the war in 1970, leading to a feeling of marginalization among the Igbo people. Beyond ethnic marginalization, BRGIE has cited increased threats of insecurity as a justification for the self-referendum. Update found that respondents in the southeast region are most likely to feel unsafe in their communities compared to all respondents. While insecurity issues like kidnapping, killings, and the destruction of property have plagued the southeast region of Nigeria for years, the level of violence caused by militants and terrorists continues to increase. The national government has been unable to curb the increasing violence in the region. The increasing threat of violence, coupled with the ethnic marginalization of the Igbo people living in this region, could be a current trigger for why Biafrans want to secede from Nigeria. Response of the national government. While the Nigerian national government has not commented on the Biafran self-referendum, In January 2024, Abuja reaffirmed its opposition to any separate activities, while citing One China policy. The policy refers to China's position that there is only one Chinese government, wherein Taiwan is a province of China rather than a separate country and government. Although the government did not link its opposition to Taiwanese separatist movements with the Biafran self-referendum, several Nigerian social media users discussed the link between the two separatist movements. Based on this, it is unlikely that the Nigerian government will support the results of the self-referendum and subsequent restoration of the independent state of Biafra. Given this data, it is unclear whether the Nigerian government's response to the results of the self-referendum will be through political statements or escalate to a military confrontation. Therefore, it will be important to keep an eye on Biafra over the coming months.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Ejike Samuel, just go to Google, you type Biafra referendum. Go to Google, type Biafra referendum voting link. Biafra referendum voting link. You will get there. Then you will make a name for yourself. Thank you, lovers of freedom. And as you have heard the reading from ORB International, we owe you the news. And the news we owe you is what we are bringing to you. Keep an eye on Biafra. That is what we owe you. The Biafran agitation, the Biafran restoration has come to international communities. Keep eye on Biafra. Keep eye on Biafra. Ya, mụrụ anya dịka agwọ, kee nkwụcha dịka ugo. Because Biafra is going. ORB International is British newspaper. Secret British newspaper. As our PM said, this message, you cannot copy this thing. I have to type this thing one after another until I get it the way it is now. In order for those who doesn't have time to read, you listen. Mazen Nambekano says that if you want to hide any secret to a black man, put it in the book, because a black man doesn't have that time to go and read. So that's why we are doing everything to make sure we bring things into audio. So onye na amara agba okwebe n'isi. Ọhụ na aghọta. Now, the progress. Hey, Triple M, I greet you from here. Owen Palace, I greet you from here. Then we have our custom, what we must do. Ifeanyi Vitel, thank you. Then Asabiz Ozoka, thank you. Then Ihana Cho Chukwudi, thank you. Ejike Samuel, yeah, check the link from Google. Mwizi, thank you. Mwizi Vicente, thank you. Patrick Hona, thank you. Hilary Mwabueze, thank you. Fabio Ifediche, thank you. Madwabuchi Ezalofo, thank you for joining. Ezalofo ka anyị ji eje. So we are here. Those who have not written their own, then write your own here now. Owen Palace, Triple M, Owen Palace, then Biafra Mass Exodus. That is what you are reading here now. What you are just reading here now is ORB International. You may have had a PM preach it, but there is something before you understand now. You put some water inside your vino. Peter Okafor, thank you. Godwin Obiora, thank you. Then Obanede Andy, thank you. Ihana Churchkudi, I greet you from here. I greet everyone that is joining. I greet you. Then Biafrans, I think we have to go there again. We need to go there again. We need to go there again. So that onye ọbụla anụ ya na ntị ya. We go there again. We go there again. Nke PM dero. Everybody know that one. So we come. We are coming. We go there again. I may analyze.
Orb International News. Keep an eye on the Biafran self-referendum. By Bridget.
ORB International News. Keep an eye on Biafra.
Abuse, senior research analyst. While attending a screening of the document.
Senior researcher analyst. Senior researcher analyst. Are you getting it? Senior researcher analyst. Senior researcher analyst. And they know it very, very well that before Britain, America, or European country can give anybody senior researcher analyst, it means that that person can do more than expected.
Entry. In the shadow of Biafra at King's College, London.
In the shadow of Biafra at King College, London. King's College, London. Yeah. The College of the Kings in London. Senior researcher analyst is analyzing.
A debate occurred about the impact of the Nigerian Biafra war on current events in Nigeria.
A debate occurred about the impact of the Nigeria Biafran war, current event in Nigeria, the one you see going on as at this very day.
Documentary portrays the Nigerian Biafra war in the late 1960s through the lens of Nigerian writers.
The documentary, when we talk about the documentary, are you hearing me, please?
The Nigerian Biafra war in the
So, when you talk about the documentary means that you are documenting everything. Yes. That all the documentary that has been happening, remember that Biafra has been in existence before Nigeria. Biafra has been in existence more than 5,000 years before 1804 amalgamation. Yeah, Berlin Conference. Biafra has been in existence. They said the documentary portrays the Nigeria Biafra war in the late 1960s through the lens of Nigerian writers, showcasing how perception of the war very depending on generation. We continue. We continue.
Showcasing how perceptions of the war vary depending on generation. However, some audience members were concerned that the documentary only looked at Biafrans' struggle for independence through a historical lens.
Struggle for a Biafra from historical lens. From historical lens. Our PM says that we are fighting for Biafra through multiple dimensions, through historical lens. We continue. Through historical lens. We are reading it.
And thus, firmly confining it to the past instead of highlighting the continued fight of many Biafrans for an independent state. Currently, the Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, is holding a self-referendum to actualize the Biafra Republic peacefully.
Currently, as at today, the Biafran Republic government in exile, Bridge, is holding a self-referendum to actualize the Biafran Republic peacefully. Kudochia, let us continue, please.
First round of voting started in February 2024 and was completed on May 30th,
First round of the voting started February 2024 and it was completed on the 30th of May 2024. This is a record and the documentary we are talking about. And who is speaking? A special researcher from King's College, London.
2024. This will be followed by 2 consecutive rounds of voting commencing later this month and lasting until November.
This will be followed by 2 consecutive rounds of voting commencing later this month and lasting until November 2024. You know exactly what is going on. There is the first vote, there is second vote, and there is third vote. First round recorded 30 million. Second round is not yet finished, and we are now into 49 million. The second round is not yet over. This is a record and a documentary. We must bring this thing to our table. We bring it to our table. Recording
2024. After the commencement of the first round of voting, the Prime Minister of BRGIE, Simon Ekpa, said that over 30 million Biafrans voted in the self-referendums, which surpasses the number of voters in the 2023 Nigerian presidential.
After the commencement of the first round voting, the Prime Minister of the Bridge, Simon Ekpa, who is calling him Prime Minister. The people calling him Prime Minister is the slave masters. Are you people trying to get what we are doing in this place now? The people that is calling him now His Excellency Prime Minister is diplomatic researchers from England, those that is enslaving us. And they says, after the commencement of the first round of voting, the Prime Minister of the Bridge, Simon Ekpa, said that over 30 million Biafrans voted in the self-referendum, which surpasses the number of the voters in the 2023 Nigerian presidential election. Very, very simple. This is documentary. And this is what the lobbies are taking inside White House. Every one of you here knows that there are international lobbies working for Biafra to be restored. This is what they say. Keep your eye on Biafra. We continue.
Presidential election. Ekpa also announced that the restoration of the independent state of Biafra would take place following the completion of the third round of voting in the autumn.
Ekpa also announced that the restoration of the independent state of Biafra will take place following the completion of the third round of voting in the autumn, which will take place in Helsinki, Finland, on the 2nd of December 2024. We continue.
Biafran's recent attempts to establish their own independent nation could be written off by some as futile, since attempts to establish their own independent nation could be written off by some as futile, since Biafra was reabsorbed into Nigeria over 50 years ago. But Terry's desperation to secede from Nigeria is only increasing.
The interest of Biafrans to secede out of Nigeria is increasing mightily. Biafran recent attempt to establish their own independent nation could be written off by some as fatals, since the attempt to establish their own independent nation could be written off by some of the photos, since Biafra was reabsorbed into Nigeria over 50 years ago. But their desperation to secede from Nigeria is only increasing. No matter the subjugation Biafrans are facing in Nigeria, the interest and the willingness of going out of Nigeria since over 50 years is increasing. And who is saying this thing? Britain. Britain is saying this thing. We continue.
Why do Biafrans want independent?
Why did the bridge want independent? Why do we need independent at all? Are you understanding?
According to ECPA, the Biafran self-referendum is justified given the marginalization faced by many Biafrans living in the southeastern region of Nigeria and the ineffectiveness of the national polling in Nigeria.
Why do we need independent? According to ECPA, which is His Excellency Prime Minister, the Biafra self-referendum is justified, 100% justified, given the marginalization faced by many Biafrans living in the southeastern region of Nigeria and the ineffectiveness of the national polling in Nigeria. Reasons: because ihe kwụrụ, ihe akwụdobe ya. We continue.
Nigerian in the southeast and south-south region are most likely to perceive the national government as ineffective compared to other regions.
Nigeria in the southeast and the south region are most likely to perceive the national government as ineffective compared to other regions in Nigeria. The marginalization against the eastern people, the Igbo people, the Biafrans in Nigeria is speaking loud. Who is recording this documentary? The people recording this thing now is from England, the ORB International. They are secret investigators that came to Biafran land to investigate what is really going on. And finally, they say, keep eye on Biafra. We continue, please.
The southeast and south-south regions were the location of the historic homeland of the people who formed the core of the secessionist Republic of Biafra. And a high concentration of Biafrans continue to live in these regions.
The high concentration of Biafra continue to live in this region. We continue.
Despite Igbo being the third largest ethnic group in Nigeria, there has yet to be an Igbo president since the end of the war in 1970, leading to a feeling of marginalization among the Igbo people. Beyond ethnic.
You know, when this 2023 P2B saga and the article which Tinubu later opened his mouth up and say that he bought his seat over from Nigeria. Everything is playing in the public. We continue because we have a lot of things to open today.
Marginalization. BRGIE has cited increased threats of insecurity as a justification for the self-referendum. Update found that respondents in the southeast region are most likely to feel unsafe in their communities compared to all respondents. While insecurity issues like kidnapping, killings, and the destruction of property have plagued the southeast region of Nigeria for years, the level of violence caused by militants and terrorists continues to increase. The national government has been unable to curb the increasing violence in the region. The increasing threat of violence, coupled with the ethnic marginalization of the Igbo people living in this region, could be a current trigger for why Biafrans want to secede from Nigeria.
The national government has been unable to curb the increasing violence in the region. The increasing threat of violence, coupled with the ethnic marginalization, Ruga, ethnic cleansing, Fulanization, and every other bigotry going on against Biafra is the reason Biafra want to secede from Nigeria. Documentary, please.
Response of the national government.
Response. This is where we come now, please. Response to the national government. Let us hear the reason the Nigeria gave. Let us hear.
While the Nigerian national government has not commented on the Biafran self-referendum, in January 2024, Abuja reaffirmed its opposition to any separate activities, while citing one China policy.
Why the Nigerian government has not commented on the Biafra self-referendum in January 2024, Abuja reaffirmed its opposition to any separate activities. Why chanting one China policy? Do you see the message there right here? Why chanting one China policy? Britain is mocking Nigeria. They are trying to refer to China. They are trying to refer to China that China has not let Taiwan to go. But this is not a reason why they should impose Ruga, ethnic cleansing, kidnap, rape of our people, because China has not let Taiwan to go. They said in this place, chanting one China policy. We continue.
The policy refers to China's position that there is only one Chinese government, wherein
because the policy refers to China's position that there is only one Chinese government, wherein Taiwan is a province of China rather than separate country and the government. This is the reason Nigeria found out to hold Biafra, because they said that the policy refers to Chinese position that there is only one China government, wherein Taiwan is a province in China rather than a separate country and the government. This is the reason Nigeria is
Taiwan is a province of China rather than a separate country and government. Although the government did not link its opposition to Taiwanese separatist movements with the Biafran self-referendum.
Because of the atrocity of Nigeria, they said, although the government did not link its opposition to Taiwan separatist movement with the Biafran self-referendum, several Nigerian social media users discuss the link between the two separate governments. Let us go there, please.
Several Nigerian social media users discussed the link between the two separatist movements.
Biafrans, here now we come. Do you remember when Enyinnaya Baribe took it upon himself and he went to Finland government making negotiation on how to bring back our PM? And after that, he began to do international tour on how to bring our PM back to Nigeria. This is what they told Enyinnaya Baribe. You are dealing with a government. Are you understanding? They say you are dealing with a government. That is what they told Enyinnaya Baribe. Now, listen to this news now from the ORB International, British news, secret British news. You cannot copy this thing. Now, what did they say? Although the government did not link its opposition to Taiwan separatist movement with the Biafran self-referendum, several Nigerian social media users discussed the link between the two separate movements, which Nigeria is fighting as a nation and the Biafra is fighting as a nation. Then I ask you, what are you still waiting for to understand that the Biafra is automatic a nation of its own? And we continue, please.
Based on this,
It
is unlikely that the Nigerian government will support the results of the self-referendum and subsequent restoration of the independent state of Biafra. Give this data.
Are you hearing? They say based on this China policy, never allow Taiwan to become a state, a nation of its own, that because of this, based on this, it is unlikely that it is not sure that the Nigerian government will support the result of the self-referendum and the subsequent restoration of the independent state of Biafra. From the beginning, Taiwan can never be compared to Biafra. Taiwan is a state being found inside China. China has been, and they give Taiwan, which is Hong Kong, their own state. Gracias. Close the door, please. And they give, Emmanuel, close the door. And they give Taiwan, Hong Kong, a state of their own. Then Hong Kong will begin to clamor for their own independence. But this is completely different. And for this reason, they said, based on this, it is unlikely that the Nigerian government will support the result of the Biafran self-referendum and the subsequent result of the independent state of Biafra. Are you following?
It is unclear whether the Nigerian government's response to the results of the self-referendum will be through political statements or escalate to a military confrontation. Therefore, it will be important to keep an eye on Biafra over the coming months.
Now, they said, give this data. It is unclear whether the Nigerian government respond to the result of the self-referendum will be through political statement or escalate to military confrontation. So therefore, it will be important to keep an eye on Biafra over the coming month. So, lovely Biafrans, we bring this news naked. We bring the news naked. and we explain it how it's supposed to be. And when PM read this thing, he told the information minister, Sonia Barawa, he said, can you copy this thing and make it loud, wide? The place where they said, therefore, it is important for the whole world to keep their eye on Biafra. Do you know why? Now, we have to then start our analysis for today. Now we have to start our analysis for today. Let us then welcome every other person that has been here. We will welcome every other person that has been here because that is how we do. Eh? Ivan Vitel, thank you. Triple M, I greet you. Then Owen Palace, I greet you. Owen Palace, Oka for Peter. Then Godwin. Then Andy, I greet you. Then Peters. Oh, yes, I have welcomed you before. I have welcomed all of you. Godwin Obiora, I greet you. Wisdom, thank you. Triple M. Christina Okere, thank you. Thank you. Church Hill Okere, thank you. Prof. Anthony Adanezi, thank you for joining. Greetings, greetings. Then Mark Jude, thank you. Triple M, I am bringing, it is very, very important bringing all these messages up. There is secret behind it. It doesn't matter the time we are spending. One, you are being appreciated for staying here, appreciated for writing. What you are writing in this place is our energy. Musa said that they have a lot of supporters. You can see it online. That is one of the secrets. Then, Oster, Ike, 24. Thank you. Ebere Peters, I greet you. Mike, what do you say? May you all remain protected. Yes, God is our strength. Then we are going. Mabel Igwe, thank you. Thank you. Please, if you have not hit the like button, use this opportunity to do so. And if you have not shared, use this opportunity to do so. We need numbers in this place. We are 555 vision. We analyze politics, we analyze religion, we analyze culture, we analyze tradition. We bring it the way it is. Not for you to hear like it, but for you to hear it. Then, you understand now? Alozie Ambrose, I greet you. Ostino TV, thank you, Ostino. Rosie, thank you. Oka for Joseph, thank you. Then, Chinwe Priscilla, I greet you so much. I greet you, Chinwe Priscilla. Good evening from Biafran land. We will bring Biafra from diaspora through internet. Ayakoro Munayolo. Complete. Chris Biafran son, I greet you. You're always here. Urusa official. Thank you, Vivian. Vivian Keys, I greet you. One name. Then Tarango, I greet you. Manette TV, I greet you, TV. Thank you. Maria Gotti Owe, I greet you. Then Wilson, I greet you. Now, Biafrans, ihe kpụrụ ihe akwụdebe ya. Then Christopher Musa is under pressure to deliver. Unfortunately, he cannot deliver. PM said we will fight this war on our own way. We will design how we fight this war, and we will give it to them according to. Make Okafor Peter say carry go. Now we carry go. Order has come. Then, Biafrans, bear with us. Nke a now abịaga anyị abịakwa ebe ọzọ. Let us bring something. We will bring something to Biafrans. When we want to serve Biafra, we will serve Biafra with every honesty and dignity. Now, Biafrans, This is something we are coming up with. Don't go away. Don't go away. Don't go away. At all, at all. We are here now. Now we are here. Where do you see? Where do you go on? You know, since we started this Biafran, this autopilot that metamorphosed today to a government, we made programs. We told you consistency is the key. Consistency is the key. Mental toughness and the mental capability. What I want to play now will germinate to what happened in Lagos Liaison office. One of the DOS member, I am, people knows. We asked DOS when they accepted this command and control and the political solution created by Soludo and Ifeanyi. We asked them, how are you going to handle this thing? You, coordinator, you, zonal coordinator, you, Spanish rep, especially those people in Spain here, try to make sure you locate where we are. We are making mighty. Then we ask them, you are a truck loader. We know the kind of business you do. You are working in a place, in a bar house where they butcher animals. How do you think that you can liberate Biafra as a coordinator? And you are telling us that we don't have right to listen to Simon Neba, nor share his message. From there, the thing come up. They say, we are under political solution and the command and control. Listen to the ideology of the people that has not really repented. Listen to them. And before we continue, because the Liaison office in Lagos today, they have made mighty history. Because our movement must be one. We must work in unity, in as much as you need freedom. Here we go. Here we go.
So I want to thank. So Mwadiana, mma akpọgụ Mwadiana, mma akpọgụ Maazị, mma akpọgụ old soldier, mma akpọgụ a soldier. Well, after I akpọgụ ka nkụ, So now, like I said, I told you that I have a couple of questions I need to ask you because we don't have time. Maybe some other program. Maybe if you have time, you can join us. But first of all, let's establish one fact here. We know the purpose of ESN, and we know why ESN was established. We know the purpose of ESN, and we know why he was established. The work of ESN is for push, to protect our farmland, our mothers, our fathers, our sisters from raping. This is the fact. Is there. Now, I want to ask you, Mwadiana, do you think there is anybody in this struggle now, presently now, or what you have seen or saw on Facebook of our people with a little arms, AK-47 and the rest, can withstand Nigeria government army? Do you think? Because you are an ex-soldier, you are inside there. Do you think there is anybody can withstand Nigeria government army? Please, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, my answer to that is yes. Okay. In a war, there are two types of war we fight. We fight asymmetric and conventional warfare. Okay. Asymmetric is a kind of guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
If guerrilla warfare or asymmetric system of warfare is not fruitful, the Vietnamese would not have won against the almighty United States. United States left Vietnam because of asymmetric kind of war. You don't know them. You don't know where they will come from. Their modus operandi is surprise. Their system of operation is not defined. That is why they can be among you. That is why it is very, very difficult to fight. The worst war any conventional military will fight is asymmetric or jungle warfare kind of war. Now, you see,
now, Biafrans.
So
now, Biafrans, you know, we don't come here to make noise. We don't come here to criticize. We come here to educate. We come to educate people because there is a mighty fruit in what we are doing. And if it is not bearing fruit, we will not continue doing it. And for this reason, I saw our lovely brother, Sonny, with the lovely flower. Any day he show up, he will bring out and make this place, and he will give 5-star. You know, 5-star is the thing. He will bring 5-star and holds it here. Divine Precious, my little sister, I greet you. Divine Precious. Nde Bonnie, thank you. Then Chimezie, thank you, Chimezie. Now, this, what you have just listened, is the IPOB Nigeria mentalities. If you listen to this place now, you will automatically see the reason Mazen Nnamdi cried out. And he said, upon more than 70 to 80 million people following him, he has not been able to found 15 who that knows what is really going on in freedom movement. I want you to listen again and we will analyze it. We go.
So, Mwadiana, Mwadiana, Mazi, old soldier, a soldier. Well, I Kanko, you know. So now, like I said, I told you that I have a couple of questions I need to ask you because we don't have time. Maybe some other program. Maybe if you have time, you can join us. But first of all, let's establish one fact here. We know the purpose of ESN, and we know why ESN was established. We know the purpose of ESN, and we know why he was established. The work of ESN is for bush, to protect our farmland, our mothers, our fathers, our sisters from raping. You know, this is the fact. You know, is there. Now, I want to ask you, Mwadiana, do you think there is anybody in this struggle now, presently now, or what you have seen or saw on Facebook of our people with a little arms, AK?
Do you hear the question? Do you think what they have seen on Facebook, our people with a little arm, our people with a little arm, what they saw on Facebook, our people, he is referring to bridge that is making mighty history all over the world. What they have seen on Facebook, from our people with a little arm. We continue.
Part, you know, is there. Now, I want to ask you, Mwadiana, do you think there is anybody in this struggle now, presently now, or what you have seen or saw on Facebook of our people with a little arms, AK-47?
What you have seen, are you hearing it? Of our people with a little arm. Listen, these are the IPOB Confucianist members.
And the rest can withstand Nigeria government army.
Can they stand? Go there, please. Can they stand Nigeria government army? People of little faith. You understand? People of little faith. These are the people we run on the street together singing, holy, holy, holy. Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Biafra is a spirit. Nobody can defeat Biafra. Today, they said they have seen our people in the bush with a little arms. Do you think they can use these little arms to defeat Nigeria? Why Musa is there crying? Why Buhari run away and he ran to Niger? He said he will never come back to Nigeria. That Nnamdi Kanu, the spirit that is following Nnamdi Kanu, is more than what human being can imagine. Buhari ran and he went to Niger. He said he can never come back again. Yeah, the person representing Buhari, because Buhari died and he was buried in a shallow grave. Now, these IPOB members are still afraid, but thank God, Liaison office has been opened. Tomorrow, we will just bring out that Liaison office chairman now in Lagos. There is something he said. I will analyze it because I am one of the members of the DOS. We ask them deep questions. What they do is to write all our name and they publish it in Nigeria for assassination. The people in Nigeria, they killed many of them. They killed many of them. And this is what they are talking about. If the little arm can challenge Nigeria. Listen to answer which Nwadiana from Ghana, Nwa Biafra, Nwa ndị Igbo, answered him. Because onye iberibe amara mgbe ekere nkwa ụkwa. Onye iberibe amara oge ekere nkwa ụkwa. It is not everybody that has beers or everybody that is a father has the quality to become a man. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says, if you don't know how to fight for Biafra, stay away. Stop causing confusion. You see international news. You see lobbies everywhere. You see a lot of diplomats inside the bridge. Do you know the kind of people inside the bridge government? With more than each of them is having not less than 3 PhD holder. Each of them. The people you can see their faces and the people you don't see their faces. Each and every one of them. An academic minister has more than 6 PhD holder. A lot of them, at least the people we can mention their names. When you come into business, you will see like a finance minister, the person that own more than 5 football clubs in America, featuring footballers all over the world. When you come about money. And somebody that called himself son of the soil is taking advice from Nwadiana. Maya, this guy here, his mother is from the Igbo land and his father is Ghana. And now, Nwadiana has brought out his own time to educate them. Musa said that they are fighting asymmetric warfare, which is guerrilla warfare. Nobody can defeat guerrilla warfare. Musa said that the Biafran Liberation Army are in advantage. They are into advantage in this war because they are in their own land. Vietnam War, America has to run away in Vietnam because of guerrilla warfare, asymmetric warfare. And these are the people you call DOS, causing nuisance everywhere. We continue.
Do you think, because you are an ex-soldier, you are inside there, do you think there is anybody can withstand Nigeria government army?
Do you see what he is? Nigeria mighty. He withdrawed. Do you hear what he do here? Listen to what he did in this place. Hey. Something is happening to this my computer today. Listen to what he said in this place. Nigeria mighty Guinea. Listen, oh.
And we stand Nigeria government might Nigeria stand Nigeria government might Nigeria can withstand Nigeria government might Nigeria government think there is anybody can withstand Nigeria government might Nigeria government army.
Nigeria, if you allow me to mention exactly what he wanted to say, this guy is trying to give Nigeria one kind name, mighty. You understand? Do you think anybody can withstand why Chief of Army Staff of Nigeria is crying right in front of channel television? Udochukwu. Then he is there crying. And one thing is this now that I saw a lot of, so he is here now crying and asking if Biafrans has military that can challenge Nigeria. Why Nigeria newspaper is telling you that Nigeria has no military? You remember in Abia State, when Elesoti, which you know he is the #1 governor in the southeast, he asked people to come and join military. He said all the people that filled the form, nobody showed up. And some IPOB in Nigeria, look at how people wrote it here. IPOB in Nigeria, they are here asking Wadiana if Biafrans, the people they saw in the social media, they with a small gun, can be able to defeat Nigeria. Why Chief of Army Staff Musa is crying that the Biafran Liberation Army has a lot of advantage. We continue with the answer.
Please, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, my answer to that is
Nigeria government, because you are an ex-soldier, you are inside there. Do you think there is anybody can withstand Nigeria government army? Please, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, my answer to that is yes. Okay. In a war, there are two types of war we fight. Okay. In a war, there are two types of war we fight. We fight asymmetric and conventional warfare.
In a war, there are two types of war militaries fight. And remember, these people you see today fighting for Biafran Liberation Army are well trained. They are international soldiers. The people, many of them are the people that fought for America. Many of them are the people that have defended a lot of countries all over the world. They decided to go back and they defended their own fatherland. That's why you can't even stand them. And he is teaching them here now, telling them that, look, there are two types of war. Asymmetric war, at least that is the area we are now. You can hear Musa said that they are into asymmetric war. We continue, please. We continue. Asymmetric war. Then, secondly,
okay. Asymmetric is a kind of guerrilla warfare.
Yeah. Okay.
Asymmetric is a kind of guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
If guerrilla warfare or asymmetric system of warfare is not fruitful, the Vietnamese would not have won against the almighty United States. United States won against the the Vietnamese would not have won against the almighty United States. United States left Vietnam because of asymmetric kind of war. United States left Vietnam because of asymmetric kind of war.
Since our PM begin to talk about this war that is going on, he is always consistent, telling everybody that what he is going to fight is asymmetric war and the guerrilla war. There are different kinds of war in this world. There is Cold War. There is silent war. There is war of physical, bullet and gun. There is war of pen and the paper. There is what they call psychological war. There is what they call Cold War. Different kind of war. If you go internet, you will search different kind of wars they have in this world. And the Biafran government is fighting this war with a multiple dimension, different dimension, which we will also, when we come here now, you will begin to see the war which Biafrans are
Lagos.
fighting. When we come here now, if we have the time to analyze deep for every other person that will cares to understand what is really going on, then you will know PMC, Nigerian government can never push them or push him to fight on their own way. You see, they plan this protest that is going on now. As they plan it, thinking that the Biafrans will join, they will use that opportunity to come and they unleash on Biafrans. But the PM stopped them on the way, controlling them, because what we are fighting is asymmetric war and the guerrilla war. Now, Mwadiana is here now educating them in a very simple language they should understand what the meanings of asymmetric war and the guerrilla war. We start it again from here.
Vietnam, because of asymmetric kind of war. You don't know them.
You don't know them.
You don't know where they will come from. Their modus operandi is surprise. Their system of operation is not defined. That is why they can be among you. That is why it's not defined. That is why they can be among you. That is why it is very, very difficult to fight. The worst war any conventional military will fight is asymmetric or jungle warfare kind of war. Very, very difficult to fight. The worst war any conventional military will fight is asymmetric or jungle warfare kind of war. Difficult to fight. The worst war any conventional military will fight is asymmetric or jungle warfare kind of war.
Why do we bring this thing like this? It's because we have taken the oath to serve Biafrans. Jungle warfare, asymmetric warfare, guerrilla warfare. And this is the question IPOB Nigerian, the people that call themselves DOS, is following. They are afraid. Mazen Nambekano say, when we start to fight, intellectuals will join the struggle. And Mazen Nambekano made them to understand that inside their own barrack, members of Eastern Security Network is there, members of Biafran Liberation Army is also inside Nigerian military, bringing information. And when the war will start, you will see them fighting you. He said, you can never, no government ever in this world, ever won asymmetric guerrilla kind of warfare, jungle warfare. No government that in Vietnam, USA tried it and they die like chicken. So, Biafrans, we will go back to make sure that all our people that is here is welcome, because what we are doing, we will bring this gospel until you understand it very, very, very deep, what is really happening. You have to understand it, how it is happening. You understand? You have to understand it very, very well. Then, Mike Ibe, thank you. Obieze, thank you. Ambrose, thank you. Then Obieze, I greet you well, very well. Peter Ejiofor and Triple M. These are the Eflefus that fight our oil. Yes, divine precious. This is how a person who is not real to himself will always act. Then we continue. Chris Biafran's son, can you imagine the kind of question this person is asking? Are you understanding? Biafrans has been wide and wise. Today, do you know the glory Biafrans are getting? PM is getting. He say, during this protest now, Biafrans has been trained. Biafrans has been trained. They have been trained to sit at home. They have been trained. A lot has come. That is why whatever they are coming up with, we already know. When Yorubas are crying now, Fulanis are crying now, Hausas are crying now, what do you see Biafrans doing? They are dancing on the street. They are dancing and they're celebrating in the bar because they've been trained. They've been trained on how to live. We continue. Divine. Then we continue. We keep everything up. All your message must go up, please. Peter Daniel, Triple M. What they don't know is truly bigger than them. Divine precious. Amy Sammy. Yes, I know I flashed you before. Amy Sammy, thank you for joining. Good evening, my blood brother. How are you doing today? Even this question is not pure. Musa went to South Africa to ask for help to fight BLA. And this Efulefu is here asking foolish question. They destroyed them already. Close the door. They destroyed them already. Musa went to South Africa asking for help. And some people that call themselves lovers of freedom and the freedom fighters is here asking this kind of question. That is why when Amy Sami, when he's here, he will make the program to go to the right direction. Then Eukarya and Ekwe, they will agree to you. Priscilla, thank you. That man is afraid and confused, completely confused. We are bringing all the messages that come behind this one for you to know that Biafrans are not sleeping. They know whatever that is happening. That guy, Bo Izu, Biafran son. Then we continue. Akachuku, senior brother, agree to you. Then we are bringing every message up. Wilson, he is struggling to ask a crooked question to Madiana. Yes, that is the thing. Obieze, Maze, agree to you. Satan is then we continue. Divine, we bring everything up. If you are here, write your own message, please. Let us record it for you. We record everything for you. Then before we continue, we are bringing it up, we are breathing, we respire. Then, almighty Nigeria wants to South Africa asking for help to fight BLA. And this Efulefu is here asking foolish question. And let us hear the question again, please. Because when we want to naked them, we will naked them without any mercy.
So the purpose of ESN, and we know why ESN was established. We know the purpose of ESN, and we know why he was established. The work of ESN is for bush, to protect our farmland, our mothers, our fathers, our sisters from raping. This is the fact, is there. Now, I want to ask you, Wadiana, do you think there is anybody in this struggle now, presently now, or what you have seen or saw on Facebook of our people with a little arms, AK-47 and the rest, can withstand Nigeria government army? Do you think, because you are an ex-soldier, you are inside there, do you think there is anybody can withstand Nigeria government army? Please, I want to hear from you.
Yeah, my answer to that is yes.
Okay.
In a war, there are two types of war we fight. We fight asymmetric and conventional warfare.
Okay.
Asymmetric is a kind of guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
If guerrilla warfare or asymmetric system of warfare is not fruitful, the Vietnamese would not have won against the almighty United States. United States left Vietnam because of asymmetric kind of war. You don't know them. You don't know where they will come from. Their modus operandi is surprise. Their system of operation is not defined. That is why they can be among you. That is why it is very, very difficult to fight. The worst war any conventional military will fight is asymmetric or jungle warfare kind of war. Now, you see.
So Biafrans, we are now going to the real game.
Can we start?
We have intellectuals that is working day and night, correcting the people that is missing road. Please, Biafrans, let us then go to PM. Let's go to PM. Alozie Ambrose. IPOB Nigeria has gone silent. Powerfull and co. Many may they remain silent forever and ever. He say, then we go to PM.
Will be another country at the end of the day. And today, we officially declare you a liaison office in Lagos. This particular meeting today is the first of its kind. And I know that many of you who are part of the government will not have anything to ask. But it is an opportunity for those in Lagos and beyond, in Nigeria diaspora, to have this opportunity to ask questions and bring in their concern why they have not been part of the struggle, the liberation of Biafra. My fellow Biafrans, I welcome all of you today. I come with message of hope. This is the time to come together and make this freedom a reality. The admin of Lagos Liaison has just taken word out of my mouth, but I will go further to give some light in what he has said.
Please, dear friends, I will bring out what the man said, the liaison office in Lagos, because we know what we battled with them, but that will be tomorrow. Now, there is something PM say in this place. Let me go there.
Because that is going to be the final reality. Lagos will be another country at the end of the day. And today, we officially declare you a liaison office in Lagos. This particular meeting today is the first of its kind. And I know that many of you who are part of the government will not have anything to ask.
Here we come. Here we come, Biafrans. After he has given them liaison office, I want you people, those who has not been able to understand PM, after he has, out of willingness and the joy, he automatically gave them liaison office. Then he turned back and say, I know that many of you in the government will not have anything to say contrary to this, because he believes he is speaking the mind of the people. And after this thing now, he will come back to the meeting, cabinet meeting, and they call everybody to pass a vote. You understand now? And that is what they call true democracy. PM don't do anything without seeking the concept of his own followers, the people that is working with him. That's why I pause it in this place, because if you are following someone, you have to know whom you are following. We then continue.
But it is an opportunity for those in Lagos and beyond, in Nigeria diaspora, to have this opportunity to ask questions and, bring in their concern why they have not been part of the struggle, the liberation of Biafra.
Now we come. The Emisame says, believe you me, if our leader comes out, he will be very, very, very surprised how far our PM and the bridge has gone. How many are you counting? Because of our time, if I begin to count it on my own here, we will not go out. But let PM continue.
My fellow Biafrans, I welcome all of you today. I come with message of hope. This is the time to come together.
Time to come together. Time for all these people that call themselves IPOB Nigeria, or all the people that miscalculate, all the people that gave our PM different kind of name. It is time for everyone to come together. Ije anyị ga-abụ n'ofu. Ka ọ ya abụ onye na-aga nwanne ya na-eneri ya anya n'azụ. Our movement must be the same. In order, if one is going in front, others will be checking his back. That is what PM said in this place. We must come together. We have seen it. Hausas are destroying Igbo people's business. Yorubas are destroying Igbo people's business. And you need freedom, and you have Biafran Liberation Army. We continue.
And make this freedom a reality.
A reality.
The admin of Lagos Liaison has just taken words out of my mouth. But I will go further to give some light in what he has said. When we come on board in the Biafra liberation, like I promised Mazen Amdekano, that if there is nothing on the table for Biafra to come, I would bring something to the table. And I will continue from this particular statement where the liaison officer stopped.
And please, as you are in the comment section, hit the like button, please. Share the message. The help you can give to us, anything you remember, Biafran Bridge under the leadership of the PM has done. In the comment section, please, let us use it to motivate ourselves, and they record it here as well. PM will continue to read everything, the one he can remember. Then you know how we started. ORB International secret journalist says, keep your eyes. They are telling international communities, keep your eye on Biafra. And that is what you are about to hear in this place. Please, I want to read achievements of Biafra. Okay? I will be bringing it up here as PM is talking.
I want you to understand that for the very first time, for those who are always asking you, what have the Biafra government done? What has Simon Ekpa done? At least, if they have not seen anything that we have done, I will explain a little bit of what we have done. When we started, there was a particular group that always have been asking, where is your roadmap? And that question was actually directed to Mazin Amdekano and the defunct IPOB. The
defunct IPOB are the people you are seeing their picture here now, asking what they see on social media if they can withstand Nigerian military. Nigeria that doesn't have military, that is going to South Africa asking for military to come and support them. You understand? Defunct IPOBs, in case if you are joining us new.
They say, where is your roadmap to freedom? And during that time, there has never been any answer to that question until now. And in case, if you have not seen that answer physically on ground, I will explain the answer, which is the roadmap to Biafra. One is that for the very first time in the history of Biafra freedom fighting, we use what we called multi-dimensional approach. No other Biafra group anywhere in the history have used it. And what is the multi-dimensional approach? The political approach, the diplomatic approach, and the armed struggle approach. Pay attention. Political approach, diplomatic approach, armed struggle approach. Now, every other group neither use any of these three. They are tempted to use maybe diplomatic approach, which failed, because you can't use diplomatic approach when there is no very strong resistance from the Biafra people against the Nigerian government. It's not going to work. So what do? We activated the entire 3 stages of freedom fighting. What is the diplomatic approach? Diplomatic approach is making sure we open, first of all, we have formed Biafra government in exile. It didn't end there. The Biafra government in exile now formed the Biafra de facto government. It did not also end there. The de facto government now has a complete government structure from state to county to district. We have defined our map of Biafra. In this map of Biafra, we have 40 states. And this 40 state is called the United States of Biafra. What is the system of government? Confederation. Confederation. This is a combination of the diplomatic and political approach. After we have done this, the Biafra government in exile has activated the diplomatic approach by opening the Liaison offices all over the world, seeking recognition from countries. And we are not actually expecting any country to recognize us now. Because if you are very conversant with government in exile, you understand there are complications. But how well you are ready to fight will determine how it's going to end. Like you know, we are not the first country to have effective government in exile. It didn't end there. We have what we call the most effective government in exile that controls the territory in the homeland through the de facto government and the Biafra Defense Forces. I am explaining to you now the diplomatic and the political approach combined. Now, The diplomatic approach also gave birth to the Foreign Affairs Ministry of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, which is responsible in approaching government all over the world. The same diplomatic approach gave birth to us hiring one of the best lobbyist firms in the United States today. And you don't go and hire lobby firm, as a group without something very tangible that the lobby firm will use to, advance your cause. It becomes a waste of time, resources, and money. So we needed to wait for the appropriate time to come for us to have lobby firm to be speaking while we are speaking to Nigeria. And so a lot of people were, oh, we don't see you have lobby firm. What are you doing in the, nobody know, we were waiting because we have the template we are following, which Nigeria can never, ever defeat. So at the right time, we hired the lobbyist firm. And today, as we are speaking in the language Nigeria will understand, and sometimes they will never understand, our lobbyist firm will be speaking in the language that America will understand. That is part of the diplomatic.
We dey play, we dey show. We dey play, we dey show. Lobby, they said, ORB, keep your eye on Biafra. They informed the whole world. And we are fighting multiple dimensions, armed struggle, diplomacy, every manner of way to defend our land. And when Biafra will be declared, the lobbies you are seeing in this place will then open book for international communities saying, this information has been here long time ago. Amy Sami, it is not easy to sustain sit at home till this day since 3 years. It is not easy. You understand? Obieze, please, guys, hit the like button. Nah, Obieze na back on a like button, please, because it is very, very important. Okafo Joseph, greetings. Thank you. Then we continue with what we are doing. Are you understanding?
Diplomatic approach. It didn't end there. The Biafra government activated what we called the Biafra self-referendum. Well, first of all, we had what we call the Biafra Convention in Finland in 2023. During that convention, before that convention, a lot of people were laughing at us. Oh, they are having convention. Samonekpa is gathering money. You pay. They even were trying to mock that you are even paying to go to Finland. And Biafra came. Over 500 or so of Biafrans came to Finland for this convention. We started the process of adopting the Biafra Charter, Helsinki Declaration. We went into alliance with official alliance government to government with Ambazonia. That alliance is being made reference to today by many international institutions as they begin to talk about the crisis in the region. We went into alliance with Ambazonia called Helsinki, Biafra Ambazonia Helsinki Declaration. It is there in the history. Now, the Biafra Helsinki Convention 2023, where a lot of things were discussed, a lot of decisions were made. We voted, all the delegates that came to Finland voted on to adopt Biafra Charter. Biafra Charter become the foundation of what we see today. In the Biafra Charter, we defined the land right, defined how the government will treat landowners, all these issues, fundamental issues that are not in Nigeria Constitution, never discussed in Nigeria Constitution, that are bringing a lot of debt, were already discussed under the Biafra government in exile. We started solving this solution from the grassroots. I am still coming to what Simon Ekpa have done and Biafra government. We begin to look for a way to eliminate fraud in Biafra. What did we do? We unveiled the Biafra Security Administration, a department in Biafra Republic Government in Exile and Biafra de facto government. This department is responsible for issuance of national identity card and national security number. And then, of course, they are also responsible for the collection of Biafra database. So what did we do? We designed one of the most secured national identity card as a government in exile, because our vision is to eliminate everything that Nigeria has done and impacted negatively on ourselves as in our identity. Because today, if you go anywhere presenting any Nigeria ID card or passport, you are seen as a criminal. We decided to develop a system that will eliminate that. We went into research. We went into conferences to look for a solution to this particular problem. We went to many conferences within Europe, within Scandinavia. And finally, we found a solution to it. And today, we have what we call the Biafra Security Administration that is responsible for issuance of Biafra National Identity Card, well secured with facial recognition. That is part of the political solution or the political approach, making sure that we met the international requirement for a statehood under the Montevideo Convention. A lot of you don't know this. We have met that requirement through different multi-dimensional
What happened? Are we here? Are we here? These people are trying to attack me, but we have to continue. Don't go, please. Don't go, please. We are bringing it back.
Because that is going to make reference to today by many international institutions as they begin to talk about the crisis in the region. We went into alliance with Ambazonia called Helsinki, Biafra Ambazonia Helsinki Declaration. It is there in the history. Now, the Biafra Helsinki Convention 2023, where a lot of things were discussed, a lot of decisions were made. We voted, all the delegates that came to Finland voted on to adopt Biafra Charter. Biafra Charter become the foundation of what we see today. In the Biafra Charter, we defined the land right, defined how the government will treat landowners, all these issues, fundamental issues that are not in Nigeria Constitution, never discussed in Nigeria Constitution, that are bringing a lot of debt, were already discussed under the Biafra government in exile. We started solving this solution from the grassroots. I am still coming to what Simon Ekpa have done and Biafra government. We begin to look for a way to eliminate fraud in Biafra. What did we do? We unveiled the Biafra Security Administration.
Do you know what is happening? Please, as you are here, thank you that you are here. As a Nigerian, when you carry Nigerian passport traveling anywhere in this world, you are #1 suspect. Only that you are a Nigerian. #1. And what the government has done is to go beyond the research, making sure what is the problem Biafrans can do to remove themselves from the heritage sin from Nigeria. You know what is heritage sin? In catechism, they said that we inherited sin from Adam. People, anybody that is a Nigerian, inherited corruption from Nigeria. Simple, because the name Nigeria was created under the influence of alcohol. When Flora Shaw and Frederick Lugard was in a bar, drinking and smoking, doing all manner of nonsense, they say, oh honey, what do you call this area? He say, nigger area, found on corruption. And anywhere you are going in this world with a Nigerian passport, you are number one suspect. And the PM and the bridge has gone beyond. That is why they have the JOMO verification. This JOMO verification means when you are filling up your Biafran ID card, you will surely identify your origin. When crime is being committed, you are to be found. That is what they call. When you are in America, in Europe, you have what you call your ID card, your name ID card number. Anything that happens, every of your data will be registered in that place, whether good or bad. And that is how we have been able to destroy corruption. We remove ourselves from the heritage sin, heritage from Nigeria. That is what is going on. And this Helsinki Declaration is what we are bringing up the photos, because when we are analyzing, we do like to bring pictures in order to justify what we are doing. Continue, please. I am bringing up your comments to be registered in the history. Thank you. We continue with the PM.
Department in Biafra Republic Government in Exile and Biafra de facto government. This department is responsible for issuance of national identity card and national security number.
Biafrans, there is something I want you to observe. You know, before we started, we teach Biafrans concerning a picture speaks more than 1,000 words, meaning that we study image. You know, when you study Baroque, when you study images, you will detect something. Let me try to allow me to do something which I want to do now. Let me come. How many people can see what I am seeing in this place? You see this man, Elias. Do you see the kind joy inside him? You know, you don't need to bring someone to tell, you don't need to convince me that this guy is doing something. You see the joy inside him. Look inside him. Look very, very well inside this man. I don't know if it is clear. Yes, it is clear in this place. Look inside his face. You will see joy rotating inside him because he is very happy working for Biafrans. You understand? That is one thing Biafrans have to observe, number one. One thing you have to observe, which is number one, is the joy the leader of the lobbies is doing. Look at him. You will see the kind of joy inside him. You understand? I believe we are critical thinking. We are into critical thinking analysis. Look inside that place. All these people you see inside government, all of them are diplomats. We continue with the PM, please.
And then, of course, they are also responsible for the collection of Biafra database. So what do? We design one of the most secured national identity card as a government in exile, because our vision is to eliminate everything that Nigeria has done and impacted negatively on ourselves in our identity. Because today, if you go anywhere presenting any Nigeria ID card or passport, you are seen as a criminal. We decided to develop a system that will eliminate that. We went into research. We went into conferences to look for a solution to this particular problem. We went to many conferences within Europe, within Scandinavia. And finally, we found a solution to it.
Finally, we found a solution. Amy Sami said, do you know that before Biafrans were thinking we have lobbies? You know, what is that lawyer? Bruce Fem. They are packing money and giving Bruce Fem, and they sharing the money and they making the money in their own pockets, not knowing that IPOB Nigeria were making money from us. Till our PM come out on board, everything is now showcasing. You understand? And before we continue, Chema Irechuku, I greet you. May God bless you for joining. Thank you, Chema Irechuku. We are making history, and if you like what we are doing, they told you hit the like button. Advantage we have when you hit the like button is it will send information to people who have subscribed to this platform, and the other people will get information too. Ogro, thank you. Then we are going there. We continue with the PM because
And today, we have what we call the Biafra Security Administration that is responsible for issuance of Biafra National Identity Card, well secured with facial recognition. That is part of the political solution or the political approach, making sure that we met the international requirement for a statehood under the Montevideo Convention. A lot of you don't know this. We have met that requirement through different multi-dimensional approach that we have applied in the course of our freedom. It didn't end there. We continued and we unveiled the Biafra self-referendum, which was a continuation and a product of the Helsinki Convention of 2023. If you watch some of the video clip while we visited the office of Biafra Liaison in Finland, the opening, when we were in Finland, I made a speech from that office where I said, the next year, we are going to enter the Biafra self-referendum. And that next year is 2024. We started the Biafra self-referendum voting online. We went the first phase. The second phase, we changed.
Brother Peters, I saw your message. You say bring a PM face to see him. Let us put it here. You have seen the message before, but what we are doing here, we are backing it up with all the pictures, because a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. All these people are diplomatic movement. Then we continue, please.
Changed, making sure that because of the difficulties our people are going through with the network and all that, we changed to also adopt a physical voting. And today, we have recorded over 49 million votes. But when we started, they laughed at us. I am telling you what Simon Ekpa have done. I may not tell you all, but I'm telling you the most crucial ones. You people will now use your hand, and because everything we do is on social media, we're not hiding, because this is a freedom fighting for a nation. You don't hide anything. Everything you do needs to be in the public for international community to judge by themselves. And as I'm talking to you today, on the second phase of the Biafra self-referendum, we recorded 30 million votes that have called the attention of international community. As reported by the ORB. Sonny, please, as I am talking, can you share the ORB on the screen, please? The Biafra self-referendum today has attracted the attention of international community, including the attention of the researchers from reputable institutions. One of them is in the United Kingdom, and they are researched on our self-referendum. And this is what they have to say. Keep an eye on Biafra self-referendum. But when we started, they tell you who is the observer. Do you have international observer? Do you have UN coming to back you? Do you have this and do you have that? It didn't end there. Share it on the screen. I want every one of you to go and read this. It is called ORB International, a very powerful institution in the United Kingdom. And the person who wrote this is called by Bridget Dubus, a senior research analyst. If you look at this, you see, why do Biafra want independence? I want everybody to go. I don't have the time to read everything here. I'm just telling you one of the most important achievements of Biafra government. According to ECMA, the Biafra self-referendum is justified, given the marginalization faced by many Biafrans living in the southeastern region of Nigeria and ineffectiveness of the national government in solving these issues. These are facts. This sentiment, this is the most important line in this whole thing. This sentiment is backed. My sentiment, the Biafra government sentiment, the Biafra Republic government in Israel sentiment, the Biafra de facto government sentiment, of which you in Lagos are part of. This report says this sentiment is backed by their ORB International most recent publication or public opinion polling in Nigeria. Are you listening to that? They have went to Nigeria on their own to make public opinion polling even before the Biafra self-referendum issue come on board. Now, they went further to say that this their finding in Nigeria is backed by my opinion on Biafra self-referendum. So which means it is the right thing to do, that the people are tired. Listen again. Let me continue. They said this sentiment is backed by ORB International most recent public opinion polling in Nigeria. Nigerians in the southeast and the south-south region. And you see now that Biafra has been recognized to be south-south and southeast. In case of those who are still beating around the bush and jumping up and down. They said Nigerians in the southeast and south-south region are most likely to perceive the national government as ineffective compared to other regions. The southeast and south-south region, where the location of the historic homeland of the Igbo people who form the core of the secessionist Republic of Biafra, and a high concentration of Biafrans continue to live in these regions. Despite Igbos being the third largest ethnic group in Nigeria, there has yet to be an Igbo president since the end of war in 1970, leading to the feeling of marginalization among the Igbo people. Now, beyond ethnic marginalization, Biafra Republic government in Israel has cited increased threat of security as a justification for self-referendum. The ORB, are you listening? What we are citing as a justification for self-referendum include insecurity. ORB data found that respondents in the southeast region are the most likely to feel unsafe in their communities compared to all respondents, while insecurity issues like kidnapping, killing, and the destruction of property have plagued the southeastern region of Nigeria for years. The level of violence caused by militant and terrorists continue to increase. The national government has been unable to curb the increasing violence in the region. This increasing threat of violence, coupled with the ethnic marginalization of the Igbo people living in this region, could be a current trigger for the Biafra want to succeed from Nigeria. So they go up a little bit. This is them conducting field work in Nigeria. Now, they went further to say response of the national government. why the Nigerian national government has not commented on the Biafra self-referendum. Are you listening? This is a research from the United Kingdom. Why the Nigerian national government are yet to respond on Biafra self-referendum. In January 2024, Abuja reaffirmed its opposition to any separatist activities while citing the One China policy. The policy refers to China's position that there is only one Chinese government, wherein Taiwan is province in China of China rather than a separate country and government. Although the government of Nigeria did not link its position to Taiwan or Taiwanese separatist movement with the Biafra self-referendum. Now, I want you to understand how the justification of the Biafra self-referendum is coming to place. By an international institution well respected, several Nigerian social media users discussed the link between the two separatist movements. Based on this, it is unlikely the Nigerian government will support the result of the self-referendum and subsequent restoration of independent state of Biafra. Are you listening? When they ask you, what have Simon Ekpa done? This is the level we have done that no other group since after the war has attended or even attempted to attain. It is unclear whether Nigeria government response to the result of the self-referendum will be through political statement or escalate to military confrontation. Now, this is where the Biafra is going to come. After this self-referendum, we have only two options. Only two. One, whether Nigeria will accept it through a political statement or escalate to a military confrontation. We're already in a military confrontation. The only thing we're going to do is to increase it. So there is two options here. Either you accept this Biafra self-referendum or we continue to give them woto after 2nd of December. Because after 2nd of December, we have the legitimate right to uproot Nigeria from our land. I am telling you, the only problem we are going to have, by the special grace of God, it will not be a problem, is finance. Finance. To buy more equipment to engage Nigeria to make sure we uproot them. Not just, eviction is an understatement, uproot from taproot. That is what is happening there. Therefore, in conclusion, it will be important to keep an eye on Biafra over the coming months. Therefore, it will be important to keep an eye on Biafra over the coming months. You know why they are, you can remove it please and put them on the screen. You know why they are telling you now, this is not the God.
So, Biafrans, before we continue, we can never mislead anyone. Keep an eye on Biafra over the coming month. And how do we start with this thing now? Remember, when we started this movement, we told you that Jesus Christ, Yahweh Yeshua HaMashiach, the person being referred to, whether he is from Igbo land, whether he is from Jerusalem, or wherever he came from, there is one question they asked him. They said, on what authority are you working? Which document covers what you are doing? Are you understanding? Then, what did the PM say in this place? And what did ORB say in this place? Keep an eye. Because it's either Nigerian government accept peacefully the referendum or they go into military confrontation. And the PM said in this place, when the 49 million voters that has given him ultimatum, you must declare Biafra under our vote. And this is what the vote we have now. It may reach to 70 million. Then he will have the legitimate right to do whatever he has to do to defend his own nation. That is why they say, keep an eye, because Biafra will be declared. whether under military war or under accepting the self-referendum. Simple and short, simple mathematics. You don't need to go to school to understand what is happening in this place. Before PM will do anything, he will call people to ask to pass vote. Anybody that is here, if you have not subscribed, do so. If you have not hit the like button, do so. We are bringing to you the thing they deprive you, they remove history out of Nigerian school curriculum in order for you not to know your right. But we say we will bring Biafra from diaspora through internet and how to do this thing. Now, international lobbies has joined this movement because to keep an eye on Biafra, because it is either pen and paper, Biafra will go, or bullet and gun, Biafra will go. Simple and short. Are you getting it now? Very, very simple. There is no other argument inside what we are doing, because when majority carry the vote, you have no other option. That is what they call democracy. 49 million, as at today, has given their own vote, telling PM, you have no right not to declare Biafra. And the PM is someone, when you pass the ball to him, he will make sure he score goal. He is a deportista. He is a sporting person. He knows what it means by winning. He is a military. He knows how to control his own military. He is a news broadcaster. He controls us, the media team. He is a diplomatic person. He go diplomatic movement. He is a journalist. He know how to organize media. That's why Musa and nobody can confront him and they call him for interview. He studied and they have the certificate of international law that back him up on what he is doing. He is also holding the award of the Universal Ambassador for Peace, giving him all the things he needed, all the tools he needed to declare Biafra and defend it. Now, the remaining thing now is, when he declared Biafra, then he has every power to defend the place where he has already declared. That is exactly what is happening in this place. Exactly what is happening in this place is what we are reading to you. And everything we are doing is inside social media. No, we are not underground. We are not underground. We are not doing things underground. We are not DOS. Everything is in the open. Tom and Dick is seeing it, and this is international media from Britain. They say, keep an eye on Biafra because things is going to happen. And as we are going on now, the face of PM now is here. Let us continue with the picture images to back things up. We go on.
Because that is going to be the final reality. Lagos will be another country at the end of the day. And today, we officially declare you a liaison office in Lagos.
No.
And the self-referendum. You accept this from Biafra in anything United Kingdom and Africa. You accept this from Biafra self-referendum, or we continue to give them woto after 2nd of December. Because after 2nd of December, we have the legitimate right to uproot Nigeria from our land. I am telling you, the only problem we are going to have, by the special grace of God, it will not be a problem, is finance. Finance. To buy more equipment to engage Nigeria, to make sure we uproot them. Not just, eviction is an understatement, uproot from taproot. That is what is happening there. Therefore, in conclusion, it will be important to keep an eye on Biafra over the coming months. Therefore, it will be important to keep an eye on Biafra over the coming months. You know why they are, you can remove it please and put them on the screen. You know why they are telling you now, this article is not for you. It's not for you Biafran people to read. These are for international observers. These are for political leaders, these are for decision makers, these are for policy makers, these are for government officials to read, because these are people that design the policy through research and their work. So nobody that has interest in anything United Kingdom and Africa that have not come across this article. And it is telling them to keep an eye on Biafra over the coming months. Now, this keep an eye over the Biafra coming month. What are they looking for? What is keeping an eye? One is that we are going to announce our result of self-referendum in Finland. The eye on Biafra in the coming month will be Biafra Convention in Finland, declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in the coming month. Keep an eye. That is what Simon Ekpa and Biafra government have done. Keep eye. They are telling the policymakers, they are telling America, they are telling United Kingdom, keep an eye on the Biafra in the coming month. It has never happened before. If it has happened, let me know. So when they ask you what Simon Ekpa have done, please, I am just telling you few of the one that are most important. We are still on the diplomatic and political approach combined. In the process of this, I wouldn't need to tell you, last year during the convention in Finland, we unveiled the Biafra Defense Force called the Biafra Liberation Army and Biafra Resistance Fighters and the Biafra Air Force. We don't have plane yet, but we have Air Force. We also have Biafra Navy.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
You know why I'm playing it like this? For people to know. No ihe kwuru ka na-eme. Ihe kwuru ka na-eme. We continue.
Navy. We don't have warship yet, but we have our Navy. And at least they are using flying boat. And they are giving it.
We don't have warship yet, but at least we are using flying boat. Using flying boat to defeat Nigeria with their warship. Are you understanding? Then who will tell me that it's not God of the land is fighting? We continue.
To Cameroon, Woto. Now, the foundation of the Biafra Defense Forces have been laid. All we need is money to get the equipment that we needed to make sure that Nigeria will be brought down to its knee at the end of the day. It didn't end there. Our coming of the Biafra Liberation Army is what we called the armed struggle approach, making sure that our women and children will not be killed again, and nobody will talk. Well, nobody will, be happy over it, because they have been killing before Simon Ekpa came on board. But today, the people who are asking you what Simon Ekpa have done were the one who were actually the victim of Nigeria in the name of fighting for Biafra freedom. And when their colleagues, their friends,
please, Biafrans, remember the topic. Keep your eye on Biafra. And when they are talking about keep your eye on Biafra, Biafra is already more than 1,000 miles away to Nigeria. That is why you see these lobbies in this place. Whenever something starts in Biafran land, these are the people that is going to take the information down to the end of this planet Earth. Are you understanding? Because information, the reason Ojukwu lost the war is lack of information. But Mazen Nandekano, him by himself, he created journalists, which I am one of them, bringing the news to calling the people that have diploma to come and join this movement. You understand? And that is the only thing you can do for your people. Then we continue.
Whom they eat together, sleep together, do everything together, were massacred and killed. Their life moved on. Today they have forgotten all of them. Those who died in Lungpo have been forgotten. Those who died even in the house of Mazen Namdekanu have been forgotten. Life goes on. Nigeria is now the Nigeria security criminals and terrorists who killed their colleagues are now those that they are defending. Simon Ekpa have made sure that Biafra would defend itself. These people are now defending the people that killed their friends, killed their colleagues.
Biafrans that is here, remember, our Igbo adage has this thing. Onye nna ya ziri ori na-eji ụkwụ agbawa ụzọ. You understand? Biafra will be declared in Finland, and the Nigerian government is doing everything humanly possible to bring our PM down. But thank God that Finland defended Biafra during 1967, and today it is another game. In our own eyes, we are seeing it. We continue. These are the lobbies. Keep your eye on Biafra. Listen and try to get what we are doing. We continue.
Even inside Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house, they have now become sent, exonerated them just because they don't want Biafra to come, because their intention was never for Biafra. What they were being used for is political pressure group. Many of them who were genuinely in IPOB are today coordinators, admins in Lagos. Because if you are really for pressure group, you will not be joining Simon Ekpa New Dimension as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instructed. But because you are genuinely fighting for Biafra under them, that was the reason you decided to move on.
Are you understanding? The pictures I am showing here are the people working for Biafra. Are you understanding? The people, their faces is allowed to be shown. There are faces we saw inside this bridge. We are not allowed to show them or say anything concerning them. All we know is that we saw people, that is the ones we can show you. That is what we are showing you. That the only thing PM is calling in this place is financial support. It's only financial support. That is why you see the IOU coming. We continue, please.
But those who actually are not for Biafra will never join you. And we are not actually here for them. But this record that I'm setting straight today is something that is in the public. I am not making it up, because they will come and ask you, oh, what has Simon Ekpa done? What is it that I have done? He's destroying Ali Igbo. He's bringing insecurity. Ask them, when they were killing them in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu house, was it Simon Ekpa? Was Simon Ekpa there? Who brought the insecurity then? When they were massacring them in Umpo, in Onitsha, in Enugu, in Ebonyi State, was Simon Ekpa there? Who was the one bringing insecurity? Nobody brings insecurity. The only thing that is bringing insecurity to Biafra land is for you, because you are a Biafran. It's because you are a child of light. It is not Simon Ekpa. It is not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It is not nobody. It is just because you are a child of light and they are doing everything to off and quench this light. That's all. It is not me. Because they'll be killing you before I come on board to say no. If they come, we'll kill them back. Kill them first before they kill you. And that's what is going on. And you follow them. In case for those who have been deceived, you follow these criminals to be shouting Simon Ekpa is bringing insecurity. You are an idiot. And I hope God will deliver you one day. So you see what you have done to yourself. It is not me. They are not after me. They are after the light that is shining on you. The reason you survive with
fighting against the principalities and the powers, rulers of darkness. If you don't understand that language, you go and look in the likes of Tinubu and the Buhari, Shetima, Eastern governors, Ohaneze Ndigbo, rulers of darkness, and the lobbies here in this place. You are seeing pictures. These are not Photoshop. These are human beings. They are here to destroy Nigeria with the pen and the paper. We told you early that Biafra will finally come under pen and the paper. After bullet and gun, it will end up in signature. We continue, please.
$20 or £20. That light that made you to survive with £20 is what they are fighting against. It is not me. You are in Lagos today and you are yet to support Biafra, you will be killed and nobody will talk about you if we did not step up. They have killed many of you in Lagos. They have destroyed your businesses in Lagos. Did anything happen? No. Only now that we come on board because they know we have that thing they have. We have that thing that we never had before and only them have it. What is it? Gone. Not just gone. Bravery. Not just bravery. Fearless. Not just fearless. We give them violent to violent, peace to peace. That is what Biafra never had, but we have it now. Biafra never knew they will defend themselves till now. And the secret has been made open. That is what we have, they don't have. So, my people, when they tell you Simon Ekpa is working for Nigeria government, I want you to ask them, all these things I'm listening now, how does that make me a government agent? Do you see a government that sponsor somebody to destroy the same government? Even if Fulani government can never do that. So tell me, how does my activity show that it is against Biafra? Already when the Biafra is going to be declared on 2nd of December, you know, before we told them that Biafra, I know the date Biafra will come. They didn't believe it. This was 2022.
Amy Same says, our lobbies are very ready. Let me tell you, sometime I want people to just listen. What our eyes have seen in this struggle. We are just showing you images. These are players that all of them are playing back, front, and center. We told you before that this is 11-11 football game. Ikebuge Bayana bench indoors apota and a feature of players every day. Bridge is featuring players every now and then. How many pictures have we showed you in this place? Especially the people that is allowed for their picture, for their faces to come to the public. Amy Sami says, lobbies are very ready to work for Biafra, not small. All of them are warming up. Look at the players. If you mess up, you go to bench immediately. Do you know what is happening inside Bridge? Anybody that make mistake, they will say, oh, if you make this mistake again, you are fired. You will see everybody will stay alert. Nobody want to go. We continue, please.
Because they don't know what is happening. What you don't know is bigger than you. I told them 2022 that I know the date Biafra will come. And that was when the attack was heavy. They come, oh, even Mazina Ndikano never said anything like this. Even Mazina Ndikano don't know when Biafra will come. Even this, oh, why would he say Biafra? You know where Biafra will? Today, I have announced it. All of them has gone mute. Because this 2nd of December have come and it is going to happen that day. Here in Finland, the Biafra government will declare the restoration of independent state of Biafra and the defense of Biafra will begin. Like the report of the ORB said, either Nigeria will issue a political statement on our self-referendum by in accepting it, or it will escalate to military confrontation. And the military confrontation, we are already in the military confrontation.
We are already in the military confrontation. Listen, Biafrans, keep your eye on Biafra. International news from UK. And watch the picture you are seeing in that place. The award of Universal Ambassador for Peace. Anybody that is going to type what is Biafra and who is the Prime Minister, when you type, you will see this award first. And these are diplomats. The Universal Ambassador for Peace. That means all the anger you have will come down. Then diplomatic ideology. Universal, covering him, the lawyers and every other person. Universal Ambassador for Peace. You see the award here when it was given. And this is the complete picture of the award. That we are not making mistake. We know what we have. Gold is valid for those that knows the value of gold. Are you understanding? Gold is valid to those that know the value of gold. We know what it means. and onye nna ya ziri ori na-eji ụkwụ agbawa ụzọ. And that is what you can see in this place now. What you are watching here now is what we are acting on. Document. Nigerian government did not allow you to know the importance of document in the school. This is an award, universal. And that is why they said, keep your eye on Biafra for protection. Because Mazen Nandekane says that if Britain doesn't let Biafra to go, spirit of Biafra will raise their enemies to destroy them. And you see it happening. That will be our program tomorrow. We continue, please. We continue. We will continue. We continue.
Right? We are already in the military confrontation. Air raid is happening. Jet fighter are bombarding our district. Our army are defending our land, repelling them from the air, from the ground, from the sea in Bakassi. So my people, what are you waiting for? Those of you in Lagos, opportunity is here. Our doors are open. We are fighting for a nation. Come in and let's unite and defeat this monster. Today, why Nigeria are killing Nigerians who believe in Nigeria, protesting, they are killing them. It is only Biafrans that have not fallen victim. For the wisdom of the government of Biafra, that the only thing we know is to protect the life of our people, we go to any extent to do that. And today, the political criminals are speaking. They like good things. But inside themselves, they know it is possible only by the Biafra government. Nobody listens to them. If we have called for protest, Ali Igbo will be burned. I am telling you, everywhere will be burned. But we said, we know Nigeria is not our concern. And because of this, the next 1 month, the 1 month lockdown of the government institution is going to be immediately as they are finishing this protest, because we don't want, a lot of people are saying, oh, now the securities are there, they have been overwhelmed, let us come out and do our lockdown. No. We are not scared of security overwhelming. We have defeated them. You don't know the war that is going on in Biafra land. Only us know. You know how many thousands that has fallen? You know how many people that have brought to Imo, only Imo State. You know how many thousands of terrorists have fallen in Imo State alone for the past 2 years. So our next lockdown of Nigeria institution in Biafra land will happen after their protest, because we don't want our focus to be on the protest. So when we start, focus will be on Biafra. When we start, everything in Nigeria will be on Biafra. Focus will be on Biafra. Let them bring all the military from Kaduna.
When we start, every focus will be on Biafra. Then go back to that news. Keep an eye on Biafra. That is where we are bringing the end of the message today. Because atoro omana, atoro ofeke, yadi haneme. Keep an eye. And when you are doing something with someone who understands the game, then you will know what you do. If you are playing football, the person who knows your leg when you carry ball, that is the person you will be looking for. PM understand this game. Ogro, Sunday, John. You have said it all. Our PM, what is the truth? Since I know myself as a Igbo person, I was not speak where other type speaking. If I do my own, I will be different, but nobody can explain the reason. Ogro, all of us are suffering inside this thing, and that is why we have come to change this thing. There is something different in our lives. So we continue here.
From Zamfara to Biafra land, the focus will be in Biafra. That's what we want. And we are not yet in November. We are not even yet in October. We will make Nigeria so restless that before November, Believe me, if you see anybody wearing Nigeria Army uniform, there will be peeing in their pants in Biafra land. In Lagos. Talk, share this news, spread it. The glory of Biafra is back. And this time around, we have come to finish it. Be part of this history. All of you, the business people in Lagos, I am telling you, nobody will kill you again without consequences. And we are not going to announce our consequences in the public. Thank you and welcome. And thank you for inviting me to Lagos. I will be ready to meet Biafrans in the north because we have Northern Liaison. Please, Northern Liaison, be getting ready for my visit. Thank you. Airborne! Airborne to the Biafra Liberation Army. Airborne!
Yes. Biafrans, this is how we do. Those who don't know how we do from 555 Vision, Biafran Gospel, and the Bible, this is how we analyze. We go deep, we take our time, we analyze. We bring the news. At least even the deaf, we know what we are talking about because a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. The sea has a new challenge every day. Yesterday is different how it is turning now because after everything, the treasure is hidden in an open place. Are you understanding? Nigeria has crumbled. PM have used diplomacy to destroy Nigeria. Look at all these sharp people in this place. See these sharp people in this place. Here and ndị ji bik na akwụkwọ eme ihe. Ọkwụ na aghọta. Here ndị ji bik akwụkwọ na bik. Ndị ji akwụkwọ na bik eje njem. Ọkwụ na aghọta na that is what we have just come to give to Biafrans. So
because that is
I want to sign out. Biafrans, I want to sign out. We're already here 2 hours, 21 minutes. Then I love you all, lovers of freedom. Ihe kwuru ka a na-eme. Yes, Sonny. Chidi Njoko, you real good, my brother. Thank you. Then Obinna Nachifo. They called him social media freedom fighter. I laugh in Spanish. Okay, in Spanish. Sareando en español. Sareándote en español. Vamos a arear junto. Y hemos areado. ¿Me entiendes? Hemos areado y estamos aquí areando ello. Pero lo que hay aquí es que tenemos ama. Obinna, you laugh in Spanish. Tenemos ama. Please, if you have not really joined what we are doing, I don't think you have any reason. I don't think you have any reason not to join what is happening. I do not believe.
And that is totally.
Listen in this place. Listen to Musa. Listen to Musa.
And besides that, I'm also aware, we're also aware that I'm seeing, all of us have seen it, where some foreign flags have been flown within the sovereignty of Nigeria, and that is totally unacceptable. We are warning in clear terms, and the president has also said we should convey this, that we will not accept anybody, any individual flying any foreign flag in Nigeria. Today's meeting is such that we wanted to come and update Mr. President about the situation on ground. We know since the riots have started, the role all the security agencies are playing. You can see all of us together. We had about 2 hours meeting with Mr. President. We explained to him in details the current situation on ground since the riots have started. And what we realized is that, yes, initially people said it was a peaceful riot, but we have warned against it because we realized that there are individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause mayhem, and we can see clearly what has happened since those that are willing to take advantage of it to cause it, because we realize that there are individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause it, because we realize that There are individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause mayhem, and we can see clearly what has happened since it has commenced. We have warned against it because we realize that there are individuals that are.
This is what I want to show to Biafrans. You remember, when Nigeria finished their own, Biafra will start. And when Biafra will start, Nigeria will come again. And make sure you understand that the PM says we are watching the protest clearly, that anything will happen and the Biafran government will take advantage of this protest. Then listen to it here, where Musa repeated it.
Well, we have warned against it because we realize that there are individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause mayhem, and we can. It was a peaceful riot, but we have warned against it because we realize that there are individuals that are willing to.
You remember that they wanted to overthrow Tinubu to make coup. PM say if they try to make coup against Tinubu, he will declare Biafra. Now, the people who want Nigeria to be good, knowing very, very well that they are beating around the bush, they have started the protest, and the protest will lead to revolution. When revolution starts, individuals, this government will take advantage of it. So Biafra is already free, both left, right, and the center. So Biafra, this is what we have to show you. Ewu in the zoo called Nigeria is talking. Yes, so then Chris Biafran's son, that's on Evo Nigeria. Yes, so Elbin, how can a military coming to speak to Spanish in so-called democracy country? Then we thank you all, lovers of freedom. We thank you all, lovers of freedom.
As they are finishing this protest, because we don't want, a lot of people are saying, oh, and let's unite and defeat this monster. Today, why Nigeria are killing Nigerians who believe in Nigeria, protesting, they are killing them. It is only Biafrans that have not fallen victim. For the wisdom of the government of Biafra, that the only thing we know is to protect the life of our people, we go to any extent to do that. And today, the political criminals are speaking. They like good things. But inside themselves, they know it is possible only by the Biafra government. Nobody listens to them. If we have called for protest, Ali Igbo will be burned. I am telling you, everywhere will be burned. But we said, we know Nigeria is not our concern. And because of this, the next 1 month, the 1 month lockdown of the government institution is going to be immediately as they are finishing this protest. Because we don't want, a lot of people are saying, oh, now the securities are there. They have been overwhelmed. Let us come out and do our lockdown. No. We are not scared of security overwhelming. We have defeated them. You don't know the war that is going on in Biafra land. Only us know. You know how many thousands that has fallen? You know how many people that have brought to Imo, only Imo State? You know how many thousands of terrorists have fallen in Imo State alone?
Because we realize that there are individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause mayhem, and we can see clearly what has happened since it has commenced. Criminals have taken. There are individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause mayhem.
Are you getting it? If you don't get it,
past 2 years.
Forget about it.
So our next lockdown of Nigeria institution in Biafra land will happen after their protest, because we don't want our focus to be on the protest. So when we start, focus will be on Biafra. When we start, everything in Nigeria will be on Biafra. Focus will be on Biafra. Let them bring all the military from Kaduna, from Zamfara to Biafra land. The focus will be in Biafra. That's what we want. And we are not yet in November. We are not even yet in October. We will make Nigeria so restless that before November, believe me, if you see anybody wearing Nigeria army uniform, they will be peeing in their pants in Biafra land. In the Lagos. Share this news. Spread it. The glory of Biafra is back. And this
There
time
are
around,
individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause mayhem, and we can see clearly what has happened since it has commenced. Criminals have taken over a lot of. There are individuals that are willing to take advantage of it to cause mayhem.
So, Biafrans, if you don't get it, forget about it. PM is a military man. He studied the game. And this is guerrilla warfare, asymmetric warfare, and the jungle warfare. Try to get it right. Good night, all of you. Emi Sami, I greet you. Obinna, buenas noches. Divine Precious, good night, my sister. And every other person, Biafra Nwa Ezendo. Thank you, lovers of freedom. We call it a day. Good night from here. Elumu Nwa Nwebu. Thank you. We call it a day. Oh, Chris, Biafran son. Look at Musa. You see them? They are already gone.